Hello everybody, what is up? It is your friend Voodoo here, and I'm making another one of these videos that, I make time to time. Basically, I guess you can call these videos like rant type videos or whatever the case. Let me fix my camera real quick, it looks like it's messed up. But anyway, yeah, like rant type videos or whatever it is you want to call them. But I make these videos occasionally about topics that I really care about, that I am outspoken about. Normally, I've made videos in the past regarding DSP, and today in this video we are going to be talking about DSP, but in a different way than well, not that I think, that I know you haven't seen me talk about before. We're going to talk about a video that somebody else has made regarding DSP, calling out DSP, that I think in turn needs to be called out. So the real reason I'm making this video is that I saw this video, and it is a video made by a YouTube user named EventStatus, and it's called something along the lines of calling out DSP gaming, something about the fighting game community. I will link the video in the description, so don't worry about the exact name of the video. I'll link it for you. But I saw this video. It was posted about a week ago, and it kind of struck me the wrong way when I saw it the first time, but I didn't make a video about it at the time. But then today I've been seeing, well, really what I saw was that Mr. Ludacris had made a video. And Mr. Ludacris is someone that I have a great deal of respect for. I think he's highly entertaining and highly intelligent, and I love the videos that he makes. And so I saw him make a video today about the whole situation. And in that video Mr. Ludacris made, he also referenced another video that he had seen regarding the situation, made by someone called the Trey Monster, who is the one who, I guess, he compiles the "This is how you don't play videos" into a playlist. He had made a video kind of calling out EventStatus for this, which inspired Mr. Ludacris to make a video also kind of calling out EventStatus, and that in turn inspired me. So it's kind of a cascade effect. But keep in mind that myself, Mr. Ludacris, and the Trey Monster are all people who dislike DSP. We dislike him. We have all been outspoken against DSP. And, certainly don't have any good ties to DSP to make a video standing up for him. And so what really inspired me to make this particular video was when I watched Mr. Ludacris's video, and then in turn the Trey Monster's video. They brought up really, really good points that are completely true. But I don't think that they were hard enough on EventStatus. I don't think that they called him out enough for what he really did in those videos. And so I said, you know what, I'm going to make a video where I am going to say what I feel needs to be said about EventStatus in his videos, because I call it like it is. So, more or less, what is this video that EventStatus made? He made a video talking about, again, basically ragging on DSP, and he went on and called and said several things. Mostly he used, I'm assuming, I don't know anything about EventStatus. I've never heard of the guy till this video, but apparently he is in the fighting game community, and that's what he's about, fighting games. And he most of the video used clips that we've pretty much all seen before of DSP failing in fighting games online, calling people scrubs, blaming lag. Made a montage and was talking about how, again, DSP sucks at fighting games and he's a scrub or whatever, and he took issue with the fact that DSP in his channel intro mentions the fact right off the bat that he's a former pro fighting game player. Alright? And EventStatus didn't like this fact. He said, really, you're a pro gamer, and then he showed all the clips. But really, the main point of the video was that he was calling out DSP, and he called him several other things. He called him a racist and a sexist and this kind of stuff. But he mainly made the video to challenge DSP, to challenge him to an online game of not Street Fighter, but an online fighting game match. And that the stakes of this would be that DSP and EventStatus would put all their social media on the line, and whoever lost this match would have to give up their social media, YouTube, Twitter, everything online, and completely give it up. And that was the main idea of this whole video. And it was, and this guy's style, the way he speaks, the way he presents himself, he's very animated. He's kind of aggressive. He's a big dude. He's a stacked guy. You know, he's big, and he's very aggressive and curses a lot and all this stuff. And that's the way he does this stuff. You know, dropping F-bombs left and right, and that's just what he does. Well, I had seen that video about a week ago, and DSP, I haven't been keeping up with him. I don't know what he's been doing, where he's been going, but I guess he was off somewhere on a trip or something like that, and he came back, and he was on a stream, and he talked about how, you know, this guy made this video, and how it was, and DSP was talking about how it was ridiculous, and also that kind of stuff, and like, was mentioning why now would be a good time for somebody to call him out on a fighting game and all this stuff. Well, when that happened, EventStatus made another video that admittedly I didn't watch much of, but he made a video basically saying that DSP was a coward and that he backed down from the challenge and that he was a bitch for doing that and all this other kind of stuff. And so the videos that Mr. Ludacris and the Trey Monster made on EventStatus was basically calling out the fact that they thought that the challenge from EventStatus was stupid. And they said it was stupid based on logical reasons, because mainly they talked about how DSP, it wouldn't make any sense for DSP to accept this challenge because he'd have to put his YouTube thing on the line, which for DSP is his entire job and career, whereas the EventStatus, it's more of a hobby for him, and so the stakes weren't even. It wouldn't make sense for DSP. It was basically a lose-lose situation. If he loses the match, obviously he would I guess for some reason they were assuming the fact that DSP would actually like honor this agreement, that if he lost this online match that he would actually take down his YouTube and all this other kind of stuff. I guess they were assuming that. I don't know why. Because they could play this online match, DSP could lose him and just say, no, I'm just going to go ahead and keep my YouTube channel because it's my career, and there wouldn't be anything that EventStatus could do about that, but I guess we're working on that assumption. But even on the assumption, you know, the stakes weren't fair. DSP would have to give up his entire job and livelihood if he lost. Even if he won, he doesn't really accomplish much except that he shuts this one guy up. So the stakes for DSP don't match the stakes for EventStatus, and that was the main point of Mr. Ludacris and Trey Mason's video. Not Trey Mason. Trey Mason is running back for Auburn. The Trey Monsters video was that was basically the idea of it. And I'm sitting there the whole time, and I'm like, why is nobody calling this what it is? Why is nobody calling a spade a spade? And honestly coming out and criticizing EventStatus for what he needs to be criticized for. Alright? Oh, I completely just forgot my TV is on. I don't know why I forgot that. So if you heard a little like undertone stuff the whole time, I apologize. It's just, my TV's always on, so I forget about it. Anyway, EventStatus needs to be called out for a lot more than making a stupid bet with DSP, okay? And I completely, listen, I agree with Mr. Ludacris. I agree with Trey Monster. It's a stupid bet. There is no benefit for DSP to accept this. But why in the world are we now at a point where we're going to start measuring guys or measuring how much of a man someone is, or their credit, or any of this kind of stuff over an online fighting game match? Like, this is the point that we're at right now. We're gonna start, and let's not gloss over the fact that this is completely random. It is random as hell. This guy, EventStatus, makes a video about DSP in fighting games. You know, as much as I don't like DSP, and as much as all the stuff that I've come out and said about DSP, he's 100% right when he was talking about why is this relevant right now? Seriously, why is calling DSP out in a fighting game relevant? This is not something that DSP does anymore. This is old news. The channel trailer he made talking about a pro fighting game player was how many years ago? I mean, this is just random. It really is. It's completely random. And Mr. Ludacris and the Trey Monster say, well, we don't think that you're doing it for money. We don't think you're doing it for attention. I don't know about that, guys. I don't know if I agree with that. Why in the world would you just randomly, out of the blue, make a video calling DSP out playing a fighting game Now, listen, I understand he just said, he said in his video, well, I didn't know about DSP at all. I just kind of saw DSP and got into it. But dude, if you're going to make a video like this, you need to be a little bit more up to date and informed on what's going on and where we are. All you got to do is look at the upload date of the channel trailer he made. It was like a year or so ago. I mean, if you're new to a channel, that's one thing, but don't make a video like this and be all kinds of a big dude about something that you don't really know what you're talking about, alright? And the reason I'm so upset about this whole thing is because these are the kind of people and videos, they give people like myself and Mr. Ludacris and others bad names. This is the kind of stuff that people can look at and say, well, those are just random haters who don't do anything, and this is what they do. You know, they make these hype videos calling out DSP for attention, because that's what it seems like to me. It's completely random and makes no sense. But you are calling out someone about being a man and about their credibility as a person and also their kind of stuff, and you're saying we're going to settle that and determine that on a match of an online fighting game. I mean, this is utterly ridiculous. This is insane. Like, we're talking about a video game here. This is you're not talking about real life. You are living in this fantasy world here. Now I love video games. That's what I do. I play games. I watch games. I talk about games. I have done this for years. I've been on this channel since 2011 talking about video games. But you have to understand the distinction between a game and the real world. Okay? And if we're at a point now where we are challenging people on their manhood and all this kind of stuff over a video game, over one match of an online fighting game, then we are really screwed up right now. And we need to take a step back as a community, and I'm not talking just about DSP, the DSP community. I mean as a video game community, as a YouTube community. We need to take a step back here and start reevaluating our life, and start reevaluating what is important in life and what we put, what we put importance on. Because if you want to challenge somebody about being a man, the word video game should be nowhere in that. When you're talking about somebody and how they're a man, you're talking about what kind of a person they are, the way they treat other people. Are they a generous person? Are they kind? Can they accept criticism? Are they helpful? Are they these virtues that we've all come to agree upon makes up a good person. I mean, honesty, integrity, these kind of things. And whenever I've called out DSP, I can't remember if I've ever actually called him out on his manhood. I don't think I've ever done that. But if I've ever done it, it certainly hasn't been about his video game ability. It's been about how he treats other people, the kind of messages that he sends to his majority young audience, the kind of messages he sends to them about how it's okay to treat people the way he treats them, and to say the kind of things and to have double standards about how he can do anything he wants and attack other people, but it's not okay if they do the same to him. And that's the only time that I've called DSP out on being a man, if I've ever even done that, and I don't remember a time where I've done it. But I mean, this is what needs to be said here. We don't need to be putting all the importance and the focus here on the fact that how stupid, and forgive my dogs barking, they do this constantly. We need to not be putting focus on how stupid of a bet it is and how it doesn't make any sense for DSP. I mean, logically breaking this down is fine, it's one thing. But we need to be putting the focus here on the fact that this is just out of hand. And that is doing what EventStatus did is so immature. He comes off absolutely no better than DSP. And EventStatus is not a young person. He looks to be DSP's age, alright? Late 20s, maybe early 30s. He looks to be DSP's age. So, this is another grown man here. And he comes off just as immature as DSP. He comes off no better. When you're sitting there as an adult person and you're sitting there calling somebody out on being a manhood playing a video game. It's absolutely ridiculous. Now, and then it's even more ridiculous to make a video criticizing DSP because he doesn't accept your challenge. It's just stupid. Okay? It's stupid. I mean, if you actually wanted to address DSP and say, listen, I have major problems with you. I want us to have an adult conversation about this. Let's go somewhere in public like a stream or a podcast, and you and I can sit down and hash this out and discuss it like men and have a conversation about this, and you can defend yourself to me as I make claims against you. That's one thing. And then if he doesn't accept that, maybe you have a leg to stand on. But even then, and this might surprise you because I'm defending DSP here, I wouldn't hold it against Phil to not accept that. And you want to know why? It's because I don't think the way for Phil to deal with all of this is to go one-on-one with every single critic out there. He doesn't have time for it. Nobody has time for it. You know how many of us there are now in this community? I mean, how many people he'd have to go one-on-one with? No, that's not the way he should handle it. What he should do is he should wake up to the fact of what kind of person he is, and he needs to make a public video addressing everyone, apologizing, changing his ways, and then not only does he need to make a video saying this, he needs to do it in practice and be a different person. That's how this needs to be resolved. I highly doubt it will be resolved that way, but it is what it is. So, but I mean, this is what I feel needs to be said about this whole situation. Not so much about how it was a stupid bet or how it made no sense logically for No. It's immature and it's stupid. And I'm sorry. You can say, you know, whatever it is, event status, take it the way you want. And now, Mr. Ludacris and Trey Monster have said, well, they watched several other videos from him, and he's a very smart, intelligent guy, or whatever the case, and he makes great videos. Maybe that's true. I have no idea. I haven't watched any of his other videos. It doesn't erase or make up for the fact that this video he made is stupid and immature and gives all of us who are trying to do this the right way, it gives all of us a terrible name. It really does. And this is giving ammo to the other side. This is giving ammo to the DSP side to say, look at this stupid butthurt person who is going to sit here and call me out completely randomly on a fighting game and put my manhood and his manhood and my livelihood on the line about playing a game online. I mean, this is just insane to me. And it's even more crazy that this hasn't been called out for what it really is. And, I'm not criticizing Mr. Ludacris here or Trey Monster or whatever. Like I said, Mr. Ludacris, I have the utmost respect for him and watch everything that he makes, and I think he makes tremendous content. But I'm just sitting here kind of saying, why wasn't this guy attacked harder? You know, why wasn't this guy really put on the fire? Because I'm the kind of guy, and I've said this before, I don't pick one particular person, for instance DSP, and say everything DSP does is wrong, everything, and everybody who speaks up against DSP is right, and I'm behind them and all this other. I don't do that. I look around the internet, I see what's going on, I see videos that people are making about other people, and I look around the internet and I look at these people's videos and see, gee, where is the BS happening? Is this person doing things the way I think that they should be done, or are they doing things in the opposite fashion? And if something strikes me enough in that way, do I make a video on it? Just turns out most of the time, the BS and stuff I see on the internet comes out of DSP, okay? That's just most of the time where I see the nonsense coming from. But when it comes from other people, Dead Ryu Crew 15 made a video about that, and now this guy EventStatus, I just say what it is. So, that's my feelings on it. It's insane. It's ridiculous. People's manhood and livelihood don't get put on the line over a video game. We need to rethink, refocus, and understand that we need to be putting importance on real life stuff and not people's gaming ability. Your ability to play a video game does not make you a man at all. It doesn't make you any semblance of a man. It has nothing to do with what kind of person you are. It has nothing to do with what kind of, virtues you have. Nothing to do with it. Whether DSP loses or wins in an online fighting game against some guy that I doubt he's ever heard of, doesn't measure him as a man. What measures him as a man is how he treats other people, and how the messages he sends to his audience, the way that he's deceitful, the way that he's a hypocrite. Those kind of things define the kind of man that DSP is. So if we're going to call out DSP, or anybody for that matter, on the level of a man or a woman or whatever the case, if we're going to call out their character, then let's do it the right way. Let's focus on the things that actually should be focused on when challenging someone to that degree. Let's not lose sight of that and start doing stuff that high schoolers... This is the kind of stuff that people in high school do, alright? Or even younger. Well, I bet you that you can't beat me at basketball, because if I beat you, then you give me your best ball, and it's ridiculous. We're men at this point. Get over it. Alright? Get over it. Stop making these kind of challenges and stuff about video games. Just stop it. This isn't something people over 20 years of age should be doing. Just shouldn't. Shouldn't be happening, and it gives everybody a bad name. It gives people who play video games in general a bad name, because people look at this kind of stuff and say, this is what people who play games put emphasis on. They put their focus on how good someone is at a game, and they say that they're less of a man if they don't accept the challenge of playing a game. Like, this is the kind of stuff that people who play games put focus on. No. Not people who are mature about life and understand the difference. Okay? So, let's just focus where we need to focus and stop this nonsense and nip it in the bud. Alright? Because it needs to be stopped. My evaluation of DSP, if DSP, we all know DSP is bad at games. If DSP was the same skill level of games that he is right now, but he was a nice person, he was not a hypocrite, he was honest with people, he could either take criticism, or when nonsense started happening, he could just laugh it off, ignore it, and move on with his life, and be an all-around good person, and fun, and enjoying, then, you know what? This wouldn't even be an issue. And I would still be a fan of him. I would have never made a video calling him out. My view of DSP has nothing to do with how well he plays video games. I don't measure my own manhood or my own worth in life by how well I play a certain game. I just don't do it. And I've never called, and there's people who have called DSP out, oh, you're a worthless person because you're bad at Dark Souls, or you're bad at this. It's ridiculous. It's stupid. Call him out where he deserves it. Okay? Anyway, I can feel myself starting to repeat stuff, so I'm going to end the video now so I don't ramble. But those are my thoughts on this situation and EventStatus' video. Hopefully I've shown you in this video that I don't just pick on DSP for the hell of it. I pick on whoever I feel like needs it. I criticize what I feel needs to be criticized, and only if it moves me to an extent where I feel I need to do it. And this situation definitely did. Hopefully if Mr. Ludacris or the other Trey Monster, if they see this video, hopefully they don't take what I'm saying the wrong way and saying I'm criticizing you guys for your videos. I'm not. What you said in your videos was 100% true. It was a stupid bet. It was not beneficial to DSP. All I'm saying is that I'm surprised that you guys didn't go the extra step and make this general statement about the fact that he is making such a big deal out of a video game. And again, like I said, the way he presents himself, he's all jacked up and cursing at the camera. He looks like a gigantic hype machine. That's all he looks like. He looks like somebody who sits there and hypes everything up and just has this artificial hype about stuff and tries to dramatize everything into this big old deal when it's just not. And it comes off as silly and ridiculous to me. But yeah, but that's the way it goes. If I ever make another DSP video again, it's going to be about what kind of person he is, not about how he plays a particular game. Okay? So, that's it. Thank you guys for watching. I'm Voodoo. Again, I'll link EventStatus' first video, calling DSP out the first time, in the description of this video. And from there you can go to his channel and find the other videos and stuff that he's made. So so you can see it for yourself if you want. But yeah, that's it. I'm Voodoo. Thanks for watching, and remember, please put emphasis on real life stuff and not on video games. All right, you'll be a lot better off for it. So that's how I feel. So thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace out.